I'm Mixer Giant, and I'm going to be saying how they can do the ultimate creature crossover in other forms of media. Scooby-Doo would be going into a town to solve a mystery, and the Ghostbusters would be going into a town to bust some ghosts. Then, because of there being a leak in the containment unit, some of the ghosts got out, and they would fight against the Boogeyman, Samhain, a godlike ghost, and the spirit of Halloween. He would want revenge on the Ghostbusters and Scooby-Doo because it's because of him and the gang why people don't believe in monsters. There would also be the Sandman and the Grundle. He would bring the Scooby-Doo monsters to life and attack them with them, but then they would stop him and put him back into the containment unit. Then the Ghostbusters would go to a haunted house, and they would think Casper the Friendly Ghost is the ghost they were sent there to bust. It's after finding out that Casper the Friendly Ghost was a good guy, they decide not to bust him. And how they would find this out and decide not to bust him is because Casper's just a kid, and him being a part of a family with his uncles. They would also do this with Beetlejuice at the same time as Casper, but the same thing would happen with Beetlejuice. You can even make it that Beetlejuice and Casper are friends, because of Beetlejuice having a similar relationship with Lydia Dietz. You should also do the opening and closing the same as the Twilight Zone. And it turning out that Crypty did this to get them on his show for ratings. And him doing it with the Vault Keeper and the Old Witch. Crypty would look like a rotting zombie corpse. The Vault Keeper would use science and modern technology. And the Old Witch would be an old witch that uses magic. The show would be a hosting show, and each one would take a turn saying a story and then showing it to you. You would also have the Monsters and the Addams Family in there, so you gain some jokes out of Crypty knowing these guys, and because it making sense because they're all horror-themed characters, and the dialogue between them, and you'd also find some Goosebumps monsters in there. And if you want to do the ultimate crossover with Scooby-Doo specifically, then them meeting Space Ghosts and fighting against the Creature Hoarder's Monster Horde, and some aliens, and Birdman trying to help them out with some legal problems, and them also meeting up with Batman and Blue Falcon, because of them being in Gotham to solve a case, with some supervillains dressing up like Scooby-Doo monsters, and some Scooby-Doo villains dressing up like supervillain monsters. You should have both Batman villains and Blue Falcon villains. You should also make it that Saggy's girlfriend from The Reluctant Werewolf went to college and come back from it in this movie. And you should also make Scrappy good in this movie by him acknowledging that Scooby-Doo is scared of these monsters, but Scooby-Doo goes after them even though he's scared. Then someone would get them on Moonscar Island. They would use toxic waste and fear toxin to do real monsters. And there would be Scooby-Doo monsters we already saw, like the Faceless Phantom, Red Skull, Mantis Creature, Cat Creature, Future Creature, Ghost of the Werewolf, Mr. Hive, the Ice Cream Flavor Ghost, the Ghost of Elias Kingston, and Mr. Gypsy. And you should also have the Mr. Hive from the Blue Falcon's Rogues Gallery, and Dracula and the Hunchback from Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. Because at the end of that movie they said they're back. And they can be the ones who did this. Them also moving the Dinkenstein Castle there. And them also having Franken Creepy. And the werewolves from Scooby-Doo and the Big Top Werewolf. And if you wanted your DC's Elseworld animated movie universe, you would need Kane, the guy in charge of the House of Mystery, Abel, the guy in charge of the House of Secrets, and Elvira. It would start out with the DC Deceased storyline, with there being a zombie virus and them needing to leave Earth because of it, while them stopping a bunch of the zombies, and you doing the Deceased Hope at World's End storyline, and the Deceased Unkillable storyline, of the leftover survivors of Earth, of how some superheroes and supervillains got stuck in an orphanage and protected the kids there, and fight against a zombie Wonder Woman. Then them getting to Poison Ivy's Garden Sanctuary for the leftover survivors of Earth. And them doing a statue for the supervillains who died saving the kids. Then you would do the DC Deceased Dead Planet storyline of them getting rid of an army of Amazos, and John Constantine killing Trigon, because of them coming back to Earth to cure the zombie virus. Then you would do the Batman Dracula trilogy of Batman fighting against Dracula but being turned into a vampire because of Dracula. Catwoman was turned into a werecat and helped Batman fight against the Joker, but then Joker killed Catwoman. Then the Batman killed Joker, drank his blood, and then staked him through the heart. Even Batman couldn't fight against a vampire thirst for blood, so Alfred and Commissioner Gordon needed to kill him. Then they had to bring him back to life to stop some supervillains. But then they died because of him convincing them to kill him because he was killing supervillains. Then you would do some of the DC House of Horror storylines about seeing how the Justice League is handling the zombie apocalypse. And in this row, the magic that turned Barry Batson into Shazam wasn't good magic, so when he turned into Shazam, he turned evil. Then also in this row, our iconic Ken Superboy wasn't a good alien and he was born with the urge to kill everything. Then you would do the Batman Long Halloween storyline of where every holiday someone kills a bunch of people. But here it would be a supervillain going after the superheroes and the superheroes' loved ones. It would be the Scarecrow doing this, or you doing a Long Halloween flashback in this movie to the original Batman Long Halloween animated movie. You should also do Batman Dark Victory and Batman the Misfits to both of these animated movies. Then you would do in this universe Huss became Batman after his friend Bruce Wayne died. Then you're doing the Tales from the Dark Multiverse Dark Knight's Metal storyline. If you want to end this dimension and you want it to go out with a bang.